Moorlands Radio Sport, in association with Leek Building Society.
So, Josh, that game was as tough a game as you're going to have all season, or have had all season, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's. I think obviously the conditions made it incredibly tough. They turned us around in the first half, kicking into the wind. Obviously conceding early goals, never ideal. But we stayed calm and got through. Obviously at half time with just the goal behind. We had, I think, our best chance I remember being from a corner, probably following our best passage of play. We didn't switch the play enough in the first half to get us into good areas in their half. But the one or two times we did do it, we ended up with corners, and one of the corners resulted in obviously Ollie having a shot that was blocked. Kari, the immediate follow-up, was very well blocked as well. So yeah, going in, I said to them at half time, I said, flipping heck, it's been a long time since we've been losing a game at half time. But we've got to stay calm. External factors that we can't control, like the wind, the referee, etc. We've got to try our very best to not let that influence us negatively. It would be very easy to just keep playing forward and whacking it and playing onto them. But I thought we had good spells of controlled possession in the second half. Goal was, obviously, I know it was an own goal, but a well-worked move, sustained spell of possession. Obviously, Keane's put a great delivery in there, and the defenders had to play at it because we've obviously got bodies in the box. And then obviously we've had another ball gone in the box that they defended well down that same side, and Lucas has obviously had a great chance that the defenders made a great block for. So on another day, we could be coming away with the 3 points. But no, it was a tough game and a hard-earned point in the end.
Yeah, and I think it was an earned point. It was a picked-up point, wasn't it? It wasn't 2 points dropped today.
No, I think we'll always be disappointed when we don't lose games, but at the same time, you can't win every game. And obviously we've been on this incredible unbeaten run. The league continues to prove it continues to prove everybody right when we talk about how challenging it is. Because obviously the 3 games that we've dropped points on this incredible run have been against teams at the bottom end. 3 of the bottom 4 perhaps even. But again, they're not a bad side. They've obviously got experienced players who've played in the Football League, and you looked at their bench today, and any one of those players that they had named on their bench could have started and has started in recent weeks. So they've added depth. But I thought that we handled their threats incredibly well. I would imagine that's the quietest game their 7 Jay Verma's had all season. Thought Bucko was absolutely outstanding against him. So we didn't really look under the cosh, despite being, having the wind against us in the first half as such. I think we're pleased.
Disappointing goal to concede, though.
Well, any goal's a disappointing goal to concede. I think it's always disappointing when you've got possession of the ball and you give the ball away, under no pressure, which is what we did, and then we never recovered from that. We probably could have done more to prevent the 10 from facing up us on the corner of the box. He's played that little slid pass in. Obviously, we haven't tracked that run into the box, and I think Dino feels like he could have done better as well, which he said. So yeah, you can always break down every goal that you concede, but we don't concede too many, do we? So I can't be too critical.
And in a way, the results went your way anyway, because Runcorn dropped points as well.
Well, I haven't actually seen the results.
Yeah, Runcorn dropped points. Prescott did win. They won 1-0, but it was 1-1 Clitheroe. Runcorn win it. So.
Yeah, I think we've always said, haven't we, given what we've managed to do in terms of putting ourselves in the position that we have, it's very much about us and focusing on us. So obviously that's a bonus that one of those 2 have dropped points. But again, we know what we've got to do. We've got to remain very focused on our job. Can't afford to get complacent, which I've said to them in there. I know they won't. But when you get so close to something, it's very important that we stay very calm. And we've got obviously a big bank holiday now.
Yeah, you have, and luckily you've got all your players apart from Tom Scully available. And we have to say, from our viewpoint here, I think there were occasions where you were lucky not to lose players to injury. There were 1 or 2 tasty things going on.
Yeah, there was one in the first half in particular on Grote, right in front of us here, which was scandalous really. And I don't think the lads tried to do him, but he's got there second, and he's left an incredible wound on Grote, on the top of Grote's leg. So it was, at there for us to see, and obviously the resulting decision was a throw in. But listen, at the end of the day, I could stand here and talk about refereeing decisions.
I wasn't going to ask you to make it, but we will say that we thought he was the worst referee we've seen all season. Well, and we're not asking for comment on that.
I just think from my point of view, and listen, I'll be open and honest. I've had a chat with him. I think there's just how you conduct yourself as a human being. And I think this is a widespread thing across football. You know, when we talk about referees, there's some really, really good ones who talk and are happy to have dialogue and understand. You know, but at no point, you know, we're not the sort of bench that stands screaming, shouting, swearing, you know, using expletives. We try to act in a respectful manner. So, yeah, I think all we ask in return is that's reciprocated. So, you know, when we don't get that, that's the bit that does frustrate us. But yeah, like I say, you know, we've come away, we've got a good point, and we'll take the momentum that we continue into the next game.
And just one last question, really. You can't sign players after Thursday. I think it's lunchtime on Thursday, isn't it? Are you getting any more players in to back up? You know, you've said that you may be a little bit short defensively.
Yeah, we've brought in a lad from Stockport on loan for the remainder of the season, Taylor McMahon, who's on the bench today, who gives us some defensive cover. I know Taylor from his time at Stoke. He's a first-year pro at Stockport. He's got some really good attributes. So he provides some good cover there, because that's been an area we have been short. So, yeah, whether we'll do anything or not, I'm not entirely sure. I'm really happy with the squad and where it's at. Obviously things can change quickly, because it only takes one injury, two injuries, or an unavailability, which occasionally occurs for different reasons at this level. But as a general rule, you know, I look at the quality coming off the bench again today, and you know, any one of the three that came on, Lucas, Trix or Gricey, I wouldn't be too disappointed if those three were starting the game. So, you know, we're pretty lucky, aren't we, with what we've got? I
think we are, and we're never lucky with the weather here. It's freezing cold again. Last time it was freezing cold, but at least you've warmed us up this afternoon.
Yeah, we've done our best. We'll continue to do our very best. And again, thank you to the amazing support that we've had today. We've obviously been followed incredibly well. So, you know, hopefully the fans can come through and support the boys again on Friday, which will be hopefully a really good occasion for us.
Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers, Dave. Thank you.